So Heart of Life Bend has absolutely impacted my life and my family's life through my son being a client here at the practice of Dr. Jessica Goike. So I met Jessica less than a year ago and absolutely fell in love with her work. I was so intrigued because I was nearly at my wit's end with what had been happening with my son. So my little guy at the time was 6, he's 7 now, and he is amazing. He's bright, he is snuggly and cuddly, and he's never met somebody that he didn't want to be friends with. He's empathetic, and he's interested and engaged in life. And yet there was this thing that was happening. He would get triggered by something. Somebody would say something or take a toy, and suddenly he would go from everything's fine to absolute and complete rage where I couldn't get to him. And he might decide to punch his head into my stomach or clear a table of toys or throw whatever was around him to help protect his space. And through time, I started to learn about him that he was experiencing something called sensory processing disorder. And I had that diagnosed through his pediatrician. And around that time, or right before that time, is when I met Dr. Jessica. And she explained to me that when she was growing up, she experienced some intense rage. And it led her to do the work that she's doing. And I was immediately interested. So I started learning about what she does and the processes, and I immediately signed my son up. It is the best thing that I've ever done for my son and for my family, hands down, because my daughter, his sister, was afraid of how he might react. Ian was falling behind academically. He felt terrible in himself when these things would happen, and he would feel shameful and remorseful. And so he would, as we went and did care with Jessica, he almost immediately started improving within weeks. And because he's younger, the improvement happens even faster. And so that was a miracle. I remember about 3 weeks in, I said to my daughter, "Do you ever feel afraid that Ian's going to just out of the blue react and punch you?" And she's like, "No, and I haven't even thought about it." She was able to enjoy her relationship with her brother. Around all of this time, I would get phone calls. I'm a single mom entrepreneur, so I would get these phone calls from school. It was like roulette sending him to school. And I would think, I hope I can get a day's work in today while my kids are at school. And around 10 o'clock, I would get a call and say, "Ian's not being safe with other kids. We need you to come pick him up." This impacted his classroom. It impacted the amount of play dates that I could take him on. It impacted whether I would go out and take him to a public event or not, or ask for help in my community watching my children. And really all of those things have shifted. And we ended up transferring him to a different school near the end of the year, where he in first grade, the end of the year, was behind academically, increased his sight words by at least 40 in about a week and a half. He got 2 positive behavioral notes from the music teacher, which is a transition in where he would be normally in the day, and he historically didn't do well with transitions. So that is so incredible on so many levels. I was like, this is my kid getting 2 notes? It's amazing. He integrated into the classroom structure and all of that. And we have had so much of a better time on so many levels. I'm not afraid of play dates anymore about who he's going to hit or what toys he's going to knock over. And he all around is so much happier and is able to use regular processes to calm himself down instead of being completely inaccessible. He can bring himself back around with awareness, with breath, and loves the way he is so much better. So if anybody out there is looking to help improve what's going on with a difficulty with your child, I would and have recommended probably at least to 50 people specifically to go to see Dr. Jessica. I would also recommend you. So be the 51st person and come experience what is happening at Heart of Life. Thank you.